Hello and welcome to This Is Why No One Likes You, Episode 7. Across the room here is Dan.
That's the one.
Behind the camera is Alex, and today we have Dave Lahn. We might as well get this started.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
do you have the first question? Yes, you do.
Yes, I wrote these out.
Yeah. Josh does all
Why do
the
you
work.
think you're here?
He's the only one that can write? Or
Yeah.
you just don't do it because you...
No, like
I like how that
I'm just,
answers the question.
I'm just the talent, and then everyone else does everything else around.
That's the thing. Like, we've all got to have our people that we, utilize around us. So, no, I can appreciate that.
But-
So why do you think you're here?
I think I'm here because, let's not beat around the bush. I'm onto yous. And it's entrapment.
You're on to us.
It's entrapment.
It's entrapment.
The only reason why I came was because I know it won't hold up in a court of law because it's entrapment. So I'm quite happy to be here. Like, do your best.
I feel a lot of moving ons.
Yeah. Just building up inside of us.
Something we usually do to every guest. Do you want to spell your name for us?
Yes, it is Dave.
Middle name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
So you can call me Tony if you want. I look a little European.
Yeah, I suppose so.
No, David Anthony Lahn. Lahn for Nathan.
Can you spell Anthony? No, I can't.
God,
Moving
man, it was
on.
hard enough with Lahn.
Yeah,
come on. Dave, not David.
Yep.
Do you
Okay.
not like David?
No, it's what my mum calls me when I'm in trouble. Anytime anyone ever says, like, David.
That's
I
the case with a lot of full names.
It's like
Do you get Joshua much?
Only when people are pissed off at me.
See?
I hardly get Josh though.
There's like a thing there,
Yeah.
I can't remember the term for it, but yeah, someone calls me David. I'm like, what? What
What
did
have I
I
done
do? Like,
Okay, so let's
Thanks,
get
Mum.
to some better questions. So just take us through the brief history of Damn That River and your
it's
time.
very specific.
Yeah,
I've
well,
been in a
just
lot of
sort of-
bands, and you just go straight for it.
Well, I'm going for the one that I know you most for, but also just playing with Palmy and Damn That River. And
So, Damn That River is...
you can answer that.
Damn That River was a band that was.
Yeah, well,
Well, I guess our Facebook page is still up, so you don't. Oh shit! I've just let the cat out of the bag, haven't I? We broke up. So well, we just kind of stopped. Damn That River was. Geez, how do you put it so? Lightly. Damn That River was a band Palm and I and Luke Marnie formed. Luke and I were friends in high school. We always played together. Every band I've ever been in at that point had been with Luke.
Who's Luke, sorry? I don't know.
So Luke was a mate of mine that I made in year 8. He was a big burly guy. He was kind of like a muscle for the popular kids.
So you go back a fair while.
Yeah, like a long time. And I pissed him off one day, and he hopped into me at the lockers, and I pushed him back, and ever since that we've been best mates. And
how's
it's a
that?
good start to a friendship.
so then we joined a band together. A phenomenal bass player. He was one of those guys. We had a group project in year 8. We had to form a band and perform a song. So pick a song, pick your mates, learn instruments, and do a song. And we had David Monks on guitar. He could actually play guitar. I was quick on the jump, and I said I'll sing because I didn't want to learn something I didn't know. So took the easy route. There was a kid in the class that drummed, and we got him on the drums. Sorry, Andy Milner, great kid, awesome guy. And then Luke was left with the bass. So begrudgingly, he accepted the bass, and then by the time we hit year 12, he was transcribing Bach. The guy was a prodigy. Like, he was...
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, by chance it found him, but thank God it did. He was an extremely good bass player.
I was because we went to the same school together. But
Notre.
Did you guys go to the same Notre
Yeah.
Dame?
Yep.
Oh,
Notre
my
boy,
sister
yeah.
went to that school.
So I was a few years behind you. But I remember just any time we saw you guys play, I'd be like, just check out this bassist, man. Just check out this bassist. He's not
Really?
like any other bassist we know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of
very
Notre-
walky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Notre Dame, my sister went there. I actually won a jelly eating contest at that school. They had like a carnival thing.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like
Fete, I
walking
think we
around with
called
it, and like they had all these like competition things, and I won a jelly eating competition.
school
and you're not allowed to use your hands, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So I
we
just had
used
to like
do it every
hands
year.
behind my back, just like
So you must suck. Because it's the only way to do it. But yeah, so Down That River was those guys, and yeah, we came together and we did our best for a few years in Melbourne. Yeah. Very ignorant. We didn't know shit about Melbourne music scene.
But isn't that just the case when you first join the Melbourne music scene?
Yeah.
You just sort of email.
You don't know you've got to be nice to people.
Yeah.
Like,
ignorant in that way.
No. Yeah. In all aspects.
Yeah.
Our first show was at the Barleycorn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I never ended up playing there.
It's still there. I don't know what they're
Is
doing
it really?
with it. Well, no, like it's shut down, but the building is still there.
Where is it?
It's just so if you're looking south and you're looking at the Tote, it's just up the road.
Oh, so Johnston?
On the same side, same side as the Tote, just up Johnson. It's
Johnston,
got the
not Johnston.
Johnston.
Is it Johnston?
Yeah, it's John.
Okay.
I think it is.
Okay,
It is.
good.
Fact check. Yeah, no, it's got like the little glass windows with the wooden, like, you know, you can't miss it. Once you know it's there, you know it's there.
Yeah,
but I don't know what they're doing with it. But yeah, good.
It's a backpackers now, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fact check number 2.
There you go. He's
Good, on the
isn't
ball
he?
I feel like
Thank
we're
you,
going to need
Alexa.
you a lot today.
All right. That's Down That River.
Yeah, it seems like pretty good.
Yeah, so that's just...
Oh, and we had a myriad of different people come and go.
Yeah, well, actually, part of this was different guitarists. I heard your last one was your best one.
Our best one was probably Jake.
Josh tried to make it about himself.
Yeah, I've got to admit.
Nah, Jake was probably my favourite to watch.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I guess we should. I should divulge that. Like, Damn That River was. So I was on drums, Luke was on bass, and Palmy Dillon is the lead guitarist singer, who refuses to get off the acoustic guitar. So we had
part of the charm, man.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
His refusal does not offend me.
You had 3 guitarists, though, yeah?
Well,
at one point.
Yeah, so because like when we first started out, it was
when you felt
the
sorry for
acoustic
Josh.
drums and bass, and then obviously we want solos. We want to sort of build the sound. So we did look at an electric guitarist. We got Jake in. Jake was fantastic, like very sort of similar influences to us.
Yep.
He was very happy to sort of do what he played for the song.
Absolutely,
so it was sick. He moved away. But he ended up out of the band.
I wonder why he just all of a sudden stopped coming.
Yeah, I think it was just, like we all were doing our own thing and
was
sort of
that
wanting different
before
stuff.
you were in the band that he moved away?
Yeah, well
okay.
before,
Yep.
yeah. So then after that, like, we got Robert Puglisi, and Rob's awesome. Like, he's amazing. He played with us for a good long while. Then he left. Then we got in like another guy, Will, who was really cool, but he had a lot going on. We had a lot going on, so it didn't marry up. And then I think we got Rob.
You got Rob back again, yeah.
Then Rob left again, and then we got you.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere when that happened, because that actually happened from you guys just needed an extra body for a video clip.
That's true.
And I was just available that day. And then you're talking about, who do we need and all this. And I'm just standing there going, this isn't my band. I've got no say in the matter. And then I think it was Luke or Palmy just turns around going, do you want in? And I'm like, I'll do it. And then 2 years later, I'm still in the fucking band.
well, you talk about like the ignorance of a new band hitting the scene and, trying to figure out how do you book gigs? Who do you have to be good to? So you should be good to everyone. But, you're learning how to be a band in Melbourne. And one of the things that we hadn't, I would argue we hadn't learned at that stage was we were taking advice from every quarter. So we were giving quarter to this guy saying, you need this and you need that. And it's that, Bob Marley's famous analogy of you can't please all the people all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that. And so we just always felt that like, we had to have more and more and more. And when you became an option, you're very unorthodox in your playing. Yep. You're very unique in what you do. I love it.
Yep.
Luke kind of loves it, but you're not really his genre.
Yep.
Palmy loves it. And so we wanted to get you in, but there were so many, because we were listening to everybody all the time, we didn't really sort of know what was going on.
It's
so
easy
you were
trap
kind
to
of
fall
our...
into as well, though.
Yeah, and I think when you did come in and when you sort of found your own, it taught us a hell of a lot about follow what we...
trying to teach anyone in it.
No, but you did. Like, yeah, you really did. Because you were definitely the sort of most obscure guitarist we had, and I think we were better for it.
Thank you.
But then we got Rob back anyway.
Yeah.
So. Rob's still in the band now.
Oh, right. I thought it wasn't a band anymore.
Well, no, Damn It River ended, but, that's only because Luke moved back to Sheffield.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's Josh like being in a band with?
Oh, what's he like?
This is a bit different. This is a bit different to when we asked Nick, because I had a very different role in Damn That River than I do in Please and Fish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I was asking Dave, though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. That's good. Go with that. Just overdub my mouth movement.
I want to hear your answer.
I can say something that might sound negative, and it's not meant to. It's not a negative. The biggest issue who said I had?
I like to try and see you say something positive.
Yeah,
I don't care. I want to hear whatever he's going to say.
The thing with Josh in the band was that like you're very unique and you're very driven and you're very aware of sort of like your direction. And having you in the band, you were really, really good at what you did. If we could get you to do what you needed to do, but whether you realised it or not, your heart and soul was always on Poison Fish.
Oh, yeah.
And you were always somewhere else, which I think is, like, fantastic. That's a true dedication to the art. We asked him to join. We're older. We went to school. He was below us. Like, there would have been an element of pressure. Like you've got three guys older than you that you've known since you were younger saying, right, you're coming and playing guitar with us. For you to walk in there and give it your all, I wouldn't understand how you could. So I mean, you did brilliantly. You were really cool to work with. But if anything, you were probably you were too withheld. You knew it was Palmy's band. Which worked great for Palmy. He probably loved it. You just sit in the corner, shut up and do as you're told.
I have so much respect for his songwriting, and so much of like what I do did outside of Damn That River was the opposite. And like I was bringing these ideas. I'm like, no, I want to do what I want for me in that sense, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
Worded that terribly, but I hope the point was brought across.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you brought your unique touch to the band, and it taught us a lot, and it benefited you, and so we're still friends
somehow.
Well, that's the best thing about being in a band. Like, I'm in a band called Scalps, right? Where I write and sing for, and I usually make demos to show the guys, and then you turn up. And your song expands in a way that you never thought it could. Like you think that you're just going to turn up and be like, you need to play the drums like that, you need to play your bass line like that, and then you get there and you realise that that's what being in a band is about. Like using people's creativity, like even just like, I don't know a better analogy for it, but just showing them something and letting them go.
What have you got? What do you see?
How does this react with you? Like, what do you want to do when you hear that?
Well, like one of the reasons
you literally have the power in your hands to say as a bass player, right? Just say you're a bass player. I send you a track, and you literally have the power to do anything that you want to.
Well, we can completely change a song.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, like we both drum. That song's our bitch. We can do with that song whatever we want. And it's our responsibility to look at the composer, writer, whatever you want to call them, the author of the song, and make sure, hey man, what you were intending, are we helping? Or are we hindering? Because drums are.
And we've had this conversation on the podcast before, and I think it's a very, very good conversation to have, and it's very important for anyone who is in bands to realise, like, the band I was just showing you before, Kaku.
Yes.
Right? Like, those drum parts and stuff, that's me and Ben talking every bit of that stuff out, because it's like, I'm okay spending 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jams on that one song to be like,
Oh, that one bar.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what it's about. And I don't want to reiterate and say the same shit over and over, but like, it is what it's about. It's about achieving a sound that you want to hear. Like, that's why you play music, isn't it? To get to a point where, like, I listen to my music all the time. Josh, I really do. I really, really do. Like, I put on Kaku all the time because I
do appreciate it.
I made that with my mates. Like, we made sounds that we want to hear that don't exist yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
how cool is that?
But that's the thing too. Like, I remember years ago, my brother, my oldest brother, made a comment to me. I was wearing like one of my band shirts. It was the only clean shirt I had. And he goes, "Oh, you wear your own shirts? Wanker." You know, and I was like, and that's how I learned not to do that. But
No.
at the same time, I remember one night he said to me, like, you don't wear your own band shirts, you don't listen to your own stuff, you don't, float your own boat, basically.
He's saying that you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, he was saying like, well, I think he meant it more in a way of like, you promote it. Like, you don't go to a party and put your CD on.
Absolutely, you do.
Yeah. Okay.
I see where he's coming from.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I actually,
don't.
I semi-agree.
I'm sorry, I don't. I don't
I'm the
see
same
that.
as you. Like, I go home and I listen to my stuff flat out because it's the only way I really sort of learn. Like, I can
And the way you
measure
learn.
my limitations and I can explore what I could do differently and that, like, I listen to myself all the time, but only for the exercise of developing more to try and line it up more with my expections beyond my ability. Yeah,
You don't just go home and listen to it just to enjoy what you've created?
I always enjoy it. It's my drumming.
No,
I'm
of
joking.
course,
Edit that
but
out,
like,
though.
I don't mean to get too
No, I
serious,
get really
but like,
frustrated. But
don't you just sit
but-
back and enjoy what you've made with your mates and like the work that you've put in? Like, there's so many parts of songs where like a passerby will just listen to it and it's just a song that's just noise that's happening.
This is a really great
but
example.
But to me, it's like I hear every little bit that we've worked on and the conversations that we've had to make these parts happen.
Yeah.
And I sit back and listen to, and I sit back and enjoy it and just go, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
That's
like,
what I wanted to hear.
I still
Weird
refuse
shit.
to wear my own band shirt. I don't like that.
really, I was going to wear a Poison for like.
Other people can wear my band shirt.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I've got a Poison Fish shirt here somewhere.
We should hang it up.
Yeah.
Seeing as he talks about it so fucking much.
How many Kaku posters are up here?
Actually, I think I'm on. Yeah, I'm on that one.
Nice.
I was watching
Anyway,
the-
we better do an.
Yeah, sorry.
Are
Are we actually answering any of the questions, or are we just?
yeah.
I think we're just having a good chat.
That was a good
Good.
chat. I'm all for that. But plug yourself for what's on Spotify. What's on?
Okay.
What do you got, Dave?
What have you got out
How do
there?
we find you? How do we listen to
How do we
yours?
listen to
How do
your
we
beats?
sit back and enjoy what you've created?
If you really want to, like, if you'd like to indulge yourself in the art of Dave's drums, take your pick. I am really, really proud of Mad City soundtrack.
Which is
Which is a short film that Palmy did. So Palmy, the lead singer. So he's now solo. He went solo after Damn That River broke up. And I am his drummer, percussionist, confidant. And we're working
you want to say
together
that
now.
again, just one more time?
Confidant.
There we
Okay. It wasn't as good the second time.
No.
But so we got together a little band to perform his solo stuff. The band clicked really well. We sort of formed a bit of a family, and he gave us a name, so we are the New Science.
Yes.
Yeah, so Palmer Dillon and the New Science. The New Science consists of Robert Puglisi on guitar, Clay on bass, and myself, bass and keys, and myself on drums.
Yep.
And Clayton, Clay and I, we were jamming together. We were having a ball. We were getting to know one another. And he ended up actually moving in. We had a spare room.
Oh, nice.
And his and I friendship blossomed. And musically, we're very compatible.
Yeah.
He's far more articulate. I'm far more kind of vibe and feel. And so the two of us come together and it works really well. So on that Mad City record, which Palmy did, him and I spoke a lot about rhythm section and the connection of bass. Prior to that, my bass player had been Luke, who I've been friends with from year 8, so understandably it was kind of just natural. You didn't really need to think about it because you
guys were tight playing alongside you guys.
There's something about that kind of like old friend connection where we just worked, whereas Clay and I weren't old friends, so for the first time in my experience we had to acknowledge it and sort of work on it.
So Mad City was a soundtrack for a short film or a couple of short films?
No, a short film. Like
how long did you go for?
And he 15 minutes. It is on YouTube. If we can put a link up, like there you go.
Yeah,
right.
All right. Now, so you'll see a link on the screen there to go to Mad City, which is like a full movie. Sorry. We got in the studio. We did the soundtrack to it. I'm really happy with that.
I've seen the start of it, and then I had to go, but I've heard the soundtrack.
Where were you?
At work. No, but I've heard the soundtrack, and I've always loved everything Palmy ever does.
So you haven't watched it yet?
No, not yet.
It's been out for months.
I know, longer than that. But it looks really good, and every time I go to watch it, and I get distracted or it just doesn't happen. But I will be looking at that link.
It's got my housemate Ash Schultz in it. It's got I'm terrible with names. Palm's the guy to ask, but the girls that or the women that Palm hired to come and act in it are brilliant. It's got Palm's little brothers in it. It's an all-star cast. It's sick.
I've wanted to watch it for ages. It's 15 minutes long. There's no excuse here.
It's just a good bit of fun. It's just someone exploring, like their passion and their like. Palm loves his movies. Palm. I've
talked to him about movies or him making clips or film clips or even Mad City. Like I've heard him talk about it. It sounds amazing.
We were in it and we didn't even know what we were doing. Because he just loves it. He's like, we're doing this, and he, just it all came together, and it is well worth checking out. So to put a soundtrack to it,
and watch it, Dan.
So we've posted the link, so when the video comes out, you can
click on the link. I'll talk before that. Now that I've just been put on the spot,
I did my homework.
It'd be cool if we could get to the point where you can actually click on the link while watching the video.
Well, we can.
No, we don't want to get to that point because then people stop watching our video.
Exactly. Don't go watch it now. Wait till the end.
How long this video takes.
But outside of that, just like lending my chops to anyone that wants them at the moment. I'm a bit of a drum whore. You've
described this like at parties. You like to say yes when people need a drummer.
I like to say yes. Period. I've got this little game where people come up and go, "Hey, I've got a favour to ask," and I just go yes, and they go, "Don't even know what it is." I go, "Yeah, but isn't it fun to just go?" Oh shit! That was me. What am I in for now?
If that was me, I'd automatically change whatever it was to something so much worse.
Exactly. People started doing that. Now I just cry. Been saying yes to a lot of people. And
as my brother says, you're a vegetarian. You're off your chops.
Ding. Do we have the pun counter?
We need a pun counter.
I think.
What about Racquetball, man? That's the band that you're currently in now. Doing a bit of gigs, doing a bit of work.
Racquetball is like if you're out there and you're playing music and you're sort of like apprehensive about your skill set or you're apprehensive about your ability, shut the fuck up and go and challenge it. Racquetball for me has just been amazing. Like I saw a friend of mine, Gaz Baker. Kegan Gaz. I don't know if you.
I actually don't know his full name. I only know him as Gaz.
Gaz will do. Like the Goon King. The best guy. I got wind that he was doing solo stuff. I trust him. I like him. I know him. So I said, "Hey, can I drum for you?" And he was like, "Oh, and it didn't work out. Then his friends asked him if he knew any drummers, and he mentioned my name. So I got this message out of the blue from this guy, Chris Lunig, and he's just like, "Hey, man, Gaz told us that you were a good drummer and you were looking for a new gig. Do you want to come along and try out?" It was really hard because I'd only ever drum with Palm. I have only ever drum with my mates. So
it's hard to sort of divert from what you've always done in that sense.
Well, yeah, talk about a security blanket. It's like it was just like it was into the ether. Like it was like it put into question my ability. It put into question my commitment. It really made me actually think: can I take what I do and transcend it to someone that doesn't trust me or know me or have anything to do with me? So I went along to that little audition rehearsal thing, and I got in there, and I don't think I'm much chop. I'm probably the biggest hater of my own abilities. Sure. Not that I don't enjoy doing it. I have a long way to go.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah. It's that self-critique that I think everybody has. And so I went in
Not about myself, about you.
Well, that's what you're at.
Love it. So I went in there and I just I did what I did and I got along great with the guys, and not just like the discipline and the lessons that they make me learn, but also the freedom that they give me. Like it's kind of, they give me both sides of the coin. Yeah. So I had a ball, an absolute ball, and been with them ever since. I play for the songs with those guys. An
absolute racket ball.
Oh, it is.
Ding.
Ding. It's sick.
Sorry, Alex.
I highly recommend, if you want to improve your craft, go out and join other, just work with other
We
artists.
played with you guys, a month ago or something?
Yeah.
And
what did you think?
At the
I
Toad.
really enjoyed it at the Toad. That was a really good night.
What did you think?
I didn't. I was outside.
No, actually, I think you did.
No, I was there. I didn't realise you were playing that night. I saw you there, and then I saw you on stage. I was like, oh, this is Dave's
Go have a
band.
smoke.
I better get out of here.
Fuck this.
Sorry.
I really did enjoy it. Because from the descriptions that you guys chuck up online and stuff, I went, this is going to be a band that is my thing. I'm like, so I made a point to go and watch as much of the set as I could, which was 99% of it.
Yeah.
I think I only left to get a beer when I ran out of beer.
And just tell Dan to come inside,
Yeah.
You're missing him.
No, I'm right.
But it was really good. And you guys hadn't played many live shows at that point, have you?
So we've had a real problem with finding a singer, and that was our first show of our new singer.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it.
Yeah. No, we didn't have a singer for like a year. Then we got a singer. That didn't work out. And then we got Vic, and that was Vic's first ever show.
All right. No,
So-
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. It's
nice.
yeah.
Neither would I.
Goddamn.
Because I wasn't.
Oh, dear.
No, I enjoyed it. There was one song in particular where you spent most of it on the toms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
yeah,
What's that one called?
God damn.
I
I don't know the names to any of the songs. It's called.
Drummers never do.
No,
I know
that's right.
because
Okay.
because the name means nothing to us.
Yeah.
The name is just what do you call your door handle? Like
No, I
just
might be
open
the-
the fucking thing.
I might be
It's like
Yeah.
A door handle?
a car hold.
I might be the exception to that because I do know all the names to my songs.
Yeah, see, I think we're very different drummers, which is wonderful. Like that makes for a
Absolutely.
very good podcast.
Yeah.
We should
do a
that
podcast.
sometime. Oh my god! But I don't know the names to the songs, but I love them. And if when I think it's called Intermission.
Well, that's the thing though. Like good drummers do know the names of the
Oriental.
songs.
Yeah, it's called Oriental. Oh god, I don't know. And now they're going to be angry at me because
you don't know.
admitted that on air.
I feel like
But-
the next bit is going to take us a while.
But I love that song. That is the first ever song I've written where I
Orientals.
don't touch a cymbal. And
Is there anyone that you would like to apologise to now in case you're wrong? Like maybe everyone in the band.
I'm sorry, Chris. Chris takes great pride in the names of our songs, and
I got to talk to that guy.
Chris is amazing.
I love
Chris,
my names. I have whole paragraphs as the title of a song sometimes.
He's got I do know the names. I just don't know which songs they attach to. But there's "Wear a Monster on Your Face."
But that's
There's
the point of knowing the
Missouri.
name of the song, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but my brain don't work that way. I'm more of like a visual kid or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. Like if you go to me, this song's called Glue, which one of our songs is, I'll go, huh? Whereas if you go, this song's the boom, 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 I'll go, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, glue.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do another plug yourself because the next bit's gonna take fucking forever.
We're going to skim past this next bit.
How are you guys going to edit this down?
We don't edit it down at all. Just have you got anything else to plug? I just realised we talked about both your bands.
Yeah, look,
I thought we did that.
We did the Spotify, but I don't know.
I love musicians and I love music, and I get out there and I really like. It's one thing to go to a show and stuff like that, but I try and really connect with musicians because I'm just enthralled by their abilities and what they do. So I have quite a good few people that I talk to regularly. Julian James, who's a blues artist who I used to live with. He's an old housemate of mine. He plays the blues circuit around Melbourne and beyond. He's releasing a
Julian James, was it?
Julian James, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome guy. Like, just one of those dudes. He's got this saying, burn the boats. It's like a proverb of, if you want to take the island, the way you'll guarantee that you will take the island is if you burn the boats. So there's no escape. So this guy lived with me. He sold all his worldly possessions. He bought a van, decked it out, and literally moved into it and went on the road playing his music.
Cool.
He forced his own hand to become a professional musician. And I knew him when he was decking out his van, a year prior to him taking that venture.
Yep.
And I was on the phone to him just before coming in here tonight. And to see how he has developed over the years is just the most magnificent thing. So the other things I would plug is, like, if you know a musician or you know someone who's like really working their craft, get to know them. Get in there, because they're just the most incredible people. Like, Julian's insane. Palmy's crazy. And these are just the guys I personally know.
Yeah.
6 degrees of separation. You probably know someone just as mad. You probably know someone who's just
I know
as
some
mad.
of these people you've talked about.
Yeah, that's it. So it's like...
You know what the crazy thing is? We've actually started a podcast to do that.
Really? Oh my God, you should get Julian James in here. He'd be much
Actually, we absolutely should get Julian in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'd love to get him in.
He's
an incredible guitarist as well.
Yeah, like he is a treasure. An absolute
I saw him in
fucking...
his old band. And fucking hell.
Yeah.
Just quickly though, is this a podcast? Because it's filmed. We've
I'm
talked
doing
about
the
this with
whole-
a few people, but like this is still a podcast, right? I think like Joe Rogan, like he calls that a podcast.
Is
and
it
it's
a
filmed. It's
video
fine.
podcast or is it a show? Maybe it's a show.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm of the opinion, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I know what I don't know, and that I don't know.
All right.
Just
So
like the
jet
names of
fuel
your
melts
songs.
steel beams, right?
All right, we're doing a beer counter, aren't we?
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, there better
Answer
be
the
a
damn
beer
question.
counter on this one. Sorry, what was the question?
Jet fuels melt steel beam? Question mark.
Honestly, with like an individual's perception, anything's possible.
All right. Anyway, I don't.
That's it.
We don't
That's
care
all
about
I
that
got
one
for that.
specifically, but what's your
These the
favorite
viewers'
conspiracy
questions?
theory? No, this is just
Oh, this this is just you.
this is just me being a dick. Favorite
How you going,
conspiracy?
Dan? My favorite conspiracy theory is hands down.
Hands down. So
Really?
it's-
Hands down. It's just
I knew you were going to go there too. You bet me to it.
yeah, it's got to be hands down the fact that, like, human beings are very different to every other creature on this planet.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
Alien
Yeah,
Inception.
Yes.
You know, or if not
Oh,
Alien
there.
Inception, I don't know, like this is all virtual reality.
Yeah, I
Dude.
like the rat in a vat theory.
yeah. Like,
so many
you name
times I just sit there and I go, what the fuck am I? You know what I mean? When you have those real just like spacey moments where you're just like,
I have the same thing. I just sit there and go, "What
Acid
the fuck
is a
are
hell
you?"
of a drug.
yeah. No, I sit there and I go, oh, okay, so like I'm breathing in air and exhaling it, and that's keeping me alive, and I don't know that I'm doing it, and like I've got these eyes.
Yeah,
And
it's
like, I don't know, it's like the
I mean,
whole.
like what's the point of like what's the definition of conspiracy theory? The conspiracy is that like the definition of it is that people get together and they organize a plan and it's secretive. I think that's like loosely the thing. I mean, everything's a conspiracy. My favorite one is probably like wasn't there like a Actually, no. Let's not beat around the bush. My favourite conspiracy theory. Here we go. Nazis with UFOs, like Nazis and aliens together, you know, and they're like, "Oh, Roswell."
That sounds like the world's worst video game.
No, but it's like, okay, look at it this way, right? Here's Nazi Germany, and they get attacked on the southern, you know, the western, whatever. The Allies come in from underneath, and the Russians come in from the top, and then 20 years later, we have this space race. Like, because they got all the Nazi technology, and it's like, that's cool. Like, that's where you get like, okay, when did Hitler meet
I can't join in
BT?
this conversation.
It's sick though. Like, that is
Just let him talk.
No, but like, is that too far? Like,
No, like
I mean, you know the.
I love how your eyes just lit up.
Oh,
while
it's,
doing that.
that's so cool. It's just like, all right, if the Americans are coming, because let's face it, it was just the Americans. They say the Allied forces, England was gone, everyone was gone. The Yanks waltzed in there. They weren't even there. They were fighting the Russians. Like, the Americans bang on like, oh, we won the war. No, you didn't. The Russians wore them out. Like, the Americans are the equivalent to like a guy that sees another guy get knocked out and steals his wallet. That's the Americans in World War II. Russia came in, King hit the shit out, or didn't even King, land blasted them, and then America slipped in and got their wallet. And that is absolutely no disrespect to the people that died in the war. It's a joke. Chill out.
Hang on. So we've got this section called TYC PPD. Things you can't picture people doing just before that got out of hand.
I can't imagine.
I wish you did it before I got out of hand.
Well, we did this last time with Taryn. Actually, you watch all of our podcasts, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, so you'd know what TYC PPD means.
It means things you couldn't imagine people doing.
Yeah.
Yes. The acronym.
So
it's an acronym.
I know, right?
Frozen.
Yeah, we got to stop that shit. People can't find us on YouTube
I
because
know,
we use it as an
that.
acronym.
I went to show a friend.
It's so
today,
niche. So I reckon we bend it back on ourselves a little bit here too. I reckon we all have a turn at each other.
Yeah.
So with Taryn, we threw it back at her and we asked her what she couldn't picture us doing.
Yes.
What can't you picture Josh doing?
I did see that. Honestly, I cannot see you. This is so rude.
Go on.
Go.
I just can't see you being like smooth on like a really nice date. Like you strike me as the kind of like, if you wanted to woo a girl, you know, you'd be like, hey.
No,
you know, like
that's
you
not
just,
my style.
Yeah, it's just, and then like I love that about you, but I'm sorry, I just can't see you being like
I'm fine with
Hollywood
that.
sexy.
But is that part of the charm though?
Exactly.
I think that
Do you have a
charm.
partner?
I do have a partner.
There you go. So yeah, it works.
Yeah.
But I just, you know, like you see Hollywood, you see these like really suave guys, like tall, dark, and handsome, doing their thing. That is like never in his life, never.
I wouldn't want
about
to
you?
though. I wouldn't want someone who's wooed by that.
You're just defensive.
Well, but not wanting someone that would be wooed by with that is perfect for you because you're not like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Like he knows his strengths.
Absolutely.
So whenever I, you know, like if I think of that, I'm like,
Yeah.
And I'm the same.
No, I reckon
that's why it's
really.
insulting.
I reckon you could be really smooth.
I think the most common line I hear if ever I'm making an advance in that sort of way is like, could you be less romantic? Like, I'm shocked.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I reckon he's
terrible.
romantic in his own ways, though. I reckon he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
I just like
Me or him?
The only way I
You.
get kissed is by talking so much they need to shut me up. And it's just like,
That was my answer for you. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Mine was being like 100% sober for a month. I don't see you doing that.
I quit drinking for a year. Easily.
Did I know you in this period of time?
You knew me prior, and we reconnected afterwards. But no, you did not know.
So
me
this
in that period of
is
time.
over like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I was working night shift at SPC Ardmona, and I was living in Shepparton, and I
the
wasn't.
old factory.
I was at a point where I could drink an entire bottle of whiskey. I used to drink an entire bottle of whiskey prior to my shift, go to work, operate
Boy,
the machine.
whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Bring
And-
that back. Let's get
Yeah.
into that.
and then
What?
come home from work and drink a bottle of vodka and go to bed. So I had
Wow,
a
okay.
massive problem with
I'm
drinking.
sorry, I brought it up.
No. I mean, like, you know, like, well,
As long as it's fine now, you're okay.
Yeah, no. Like, and what happened was, I went to a New Year's. We were partying. We played a show in Alexander, and we were playing the New Year's show, and I drank all night. And I'm the kind of guy, like, I'll go and I'll stock the bar fridge in the hotel room up so that I know in the morning I have drinks.
Ooh,
I'll
yeah.
do that the night before. Like, so I was in a bad way. And, I woke up in the morning. A few things had happened that are probably not PG for the...
Yeah.
I don't want to
No,
divulge.
all good.
But a few things happened, and I woke up in the morning and I went to get my beer for the morning brekkie, and I went, nah. And it was funny because it was a New Year's Day, so it was New Year's Day that I woke up and I went to get that beer. And I swear it wasn't a purposeful New Year's resolution, but I said no to that beer that morning and I didn't drink for another 12 months.
Wow.
And it was really easy.
Really easy?
Well, it was really easy because, I mean, like, if
Was
you want to do
it
it...
out of fear?
No, it was out of merit. Like, I wasn't the person I kind of was proud of. Like, when I think
That's
about...
was what I was going to say next is, were you just like happy to be proud of yourself not to do that?
Sorry, say again?
Were you just happy to be proud of yourself not doing that?
No, to be honest, like, it was terrible. Like, I mean, it was easy to do, but it didn't make me feel any better. And it was a really kind of poignant moment for me to realise drinking is not the problem. It's the person that's drinking that's the problem. And so I got rid of alcohol as kind of a bit of a like, oh, well, this will fix everything. Yeah. But no, like there were inherent flaws in there. And so that's why now, like, I can drink and not be an arsehole. Because like, alcohol's not...
I think that's a great way to think about it. And if anyone is watching this that does have a drinking problem, I'm
running an AA program on Tuesday.
No, seriously though, I think that that's a great way of thinking about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like,
I would argue, I don't have any qualifications, but I would argue that most of the problem would be the person drinking, and like you probably should stop drinking while working that stuff out.
Yeah, I mean...
and different people have their different methods.
I found when I was sober, I was more observant, which was really good.
Yeah.
Because to observe things, you learn.
Retain things a lot better and stuff like that too.
So it served me really well in that way. But I mean, the fundamental flaws in my character that made me a bit of a drunk were... Like I was a drunk in the sense that I was eluding damage. You don't just quit drinking to deal with the damage. You then have to go in and fix that damage. So So taking care of my mental health has served me far better than quitting drinking. If that makes sense.
I mean, you can't just build a bridge.
Are we allowed to talk about mental health on this program?
Absolutely.
Whatever the hell
you can't just build a bridge with shitty nails and walk away from it.
Yes.
You have to replace the nails.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
what I mean? Yeah, so if anyone is out there that does have any problems or anything like that, you can contact all three of us, I assume, if you just want to reach out and have a chat to anyone.
100%.
It's always fine. I hate that masculinity of like, you know, I'm a man, I don't need to talk about it and all that stuff. It's like, no, fuck.
No.
Come have a chat. Like, send us a message. It's fine. Like,
I always look at it this way. Like, if someone's an arsehole, they're an arsehole to you for like 2 minutes. They've got to live with themselves 24/7. It's like, if you feel like an arsehole, take care of it. Deal with it. Go out, seek help, talk to people. Like, no one deserves that. Yeah. Like, people are inherently good. They will help you if you ask, if you can't do it alone. But just like, get out there, take care of it.
There's always someone to reach out to, for sure.
This good people drink beer, bad people drink beer. This is a tool.
Yeah.
It's the hand that, you know, orchestrates it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what can't you imagine Dan doing?
I can't.
Oh, we didn't get that, did we? Yeah. All right. Come on.
I could...
Lifting under 200 kilos.
Well, I don't know Dan as well as I know Josh.
Even
but
better.
From what I have grown to know of you, I can't imagine you... Oh,
I'm pretty versatile.
I can't imagine you colouring between the lines.
Really?
Yeah, you strike me as real, like you would just go outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
You just be like, I'm fucking over this.
Really? You see that too?
Now that he says it, I see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Hang on. Alex, you'll back me up on this. There's no
Fact
way I'm
check.
colouring outside the lines, is there?
I have no comment.
Oh, soft. There is no way. You are so
You've
wrong.
just been let down by Alexa.
There's no. There's no way I'm colouring outside the lines.
Actually.
Seriously,
Alexa.
no way I'm colouring outside the lines at all. I will tear that page
Really?
out if I get a bit of.
Well, see, we
fucking-
need to spend more time together then, because clearly I don't know you.
Absolutely.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so we got one more for TYC PPD.
Yes.
Pete from Close Talkers and Poison Fish.
Yes.
How do you think he shops for clothes?
Okay.
Do you have an answer, dear? Because we
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
everybody this.
Yeah, this is
I
why
watch your show.
I know. So
I love
I'm
your show.
hoping that you have something prepared for this.
I love your show, and I would honestly say that Pete strikes me as the kind of guy, right? He walks home from the pub. You know the charity bins.
Oh, don't
You know,
go
like
there.
no, but like on a Sunday when they start overfilling, and there's just like an array of shit around them.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Pete.
Like, I reckon, and he'd be too proud to ever admit it if it was true, but I
Hey,
reckon
you know
he's
what,
one of those
though?
guys sneakily 4 a.m. walking home from the pub. I reckon he has a bit of a gander.
Yeah.
I reckon,
Okay.
not for jocks, not
But-
for socks.
I was just thinking about this. You can say whatever you want about Pete because he doesn't watch this show.
Doesn't he?
He's never seen it. It's
Like, every question he's sent in has just been because
You prompt
we message him for it.
Wow.
Yeah, every week we get a viewer question out of him and everything, and he's still like, "Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it." Actually, he was here one night when we were
Does he
watching
actually
one
know
back.
it's a real
Yeah.
thing? Or does he just think he's like, sit around, drink beers and
Oh, he's
joke
seen it.
about
He's seen
it?
us. Like, he came over after a filming once and watched it, but he was so drunk that he doesn't remember any of it.
I reckon Pete might actually think this is a pipe dream of yours and you haven't actually done it. See?
Maybe
Yeah, I'm doing my podcast.
Are we really doing it, or is
Yeah.
this just like Pete's imagination?
this is my way of getting out of band practice.
This is so much better than band practice.
Okay, so I don't really know how to bring up the next bit, but you were once in a band called Eclipse.
Yes. Oh god.
And you were
knew
the
this was
singer
gonna-
of Eclipse. Of course I was going to bring
Was this
it
what
up.
you were talking
Yeah.
about? Was this what you were talking about before with the high school stuff?
No, this was prior to that.
So you
Before
guys...
that,
Well, Luke was in Eclipse.
Yeah, so you guys were a relatively metal band, I guess.
Actually, yeah, no, sorry. What the hell am I talking about? Yes, that high school stuff, that band that started out, that became Eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, so just tell
See,
us
I
about
pay
Eclipse
attention.
and what that was all about and the history of that.
Well, Eclipse was really cool because, yeah, as I said before, we were in year 8 and we had to
yeah,
do a
tell us all
musical
about it. I'm
project.
really interested.
I just assume you can, like, cut me down. Like, you're just going to watch it.
Oh, we will.
You could pass and just like, you're going to fucking have to. I don't think you've ever had a waffle.
So
like
you were a
this.
singer before a drummer, yeah?
Yeah, so like I said, I picked the easy job and I got into singing and we played, we did a few shows.
The easy job
And-
is singing, is it?
Well, yeah, because I was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And then I found out I was fucking terrible.
It's easy to be bad.
I got into the school
I played
productions. I started acting and I
Sorry?
went for the role of Jesus in Godspell.
Oh, really?
And Kieran Murphy, the director, gave me Judas. So I became Judas. Now, I never got the joke, but everyone laughed when they said I was Judas because I was kind of a kid. And so there you go. The C word's been dropped.
There it is.
Yay.
Yes.
C word count. Sorry, Mum. So it was when I was singing for Eclipse, but then when I joined the production thing, that was the first ever time people turned around and actually were honest with me and went, "Your voice sucks." So I got singing lessons, and we actually did quite well. And then we started playing Battle of the Bands and stuff, and it
You
went
guys
really
did pretty well in those
Yeah,
battle
like you
bands.
were talking last episode with Spider about. You were talking.
Can't remember Spider.
Can you make sure that goes back up again?
yeah.
We were talking to Spider about.
Yeah, she's stuck in a
Or
web.
you were talking to Spider about like the freezer battles and the stuff.
Yeah.
So we were in the freezer battles. We played them. We won the Shep division. We went on to like the regionals. We played Benalla. We hired a bus. and we like took a whole we sold tickets on the bus and stuff, and took a whole busload of people to our show.
Yeah, right.
And we played there, and we won that, and then we got to play at Maroondah Festival in Melbourne, down by the lake. And we came third, and I can't remember who won it, but Airborne came second.
That's right. I remember this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so
playing with Airborne.
Yeah, we came third to Airborne, which was kind of cool.
They're pretty big.
But I always had a problem with clips. Me and drummers never saw eye to eye. So we won that with our second drummer, and then him and I kind of...
Was that just jealousy?
Yeah, because they knew I would become a better drummer. I'm joking.
Well turned around, though. You did that well, yeah.
No, I don't know what it was. I think, yeah. But then, yeah, that we did really well, but then half of us moved to Melbourne, half of us stayed home, and it just kind of petered out. We've been talking about reunions. Simon Godfrey was the guitarist of Eclipse. He's gone on to become like a relatively good comedian.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's a very good comedian. I should say he's become a relatively successful comedian. But now he writes for like shows. I think he's like writing for The Project or something.
I remember he was school captain when I was like year 7 or year 8.
Oh, yeah.
And he was one of the first captains to do like funny speeches that wasn't just boring the whole way through.
He was like the first ever school captain that was an artist and not a fucking footballer.
Yeah.
Like, not some meathead that's like, yeah, right, boys. Like, Simon would actually get up there and just tell these wonderful anecdotes and make everybody laugh and sort of like had satire. Very British humour. How it's really smart.
I love British humour, man.
And it takes you,
He was a big fan of like Monty Python, wasn't he?
Oh, Pink Floyd, Monty Python, Black Books, you name it. Like,
Have you
wonderful.
I can't remember the show's
comedian,
name.
Like,
I never knew him like personally well, but he was always the very funny
He's
one.
been hassling me day and night to get the band back together.
Oh, you got to do it. I'm
joking. He hasn't. He asked me like once.
You really got to do it.
And I was so drunk. We were at the drummer's 21st, and he got put in an ambulance. I was like, "How are we going to put the band back together when the drummers?"
So, how'd you go transitioning from being a singer to a drummer?
So easy. It was like finding yourself in a way. Like, my dad's a drummer. My older brother's a drummer. I don't know anyone other than those two. In my family, no, like drumming's like sort of like all my life. I don't have a memory where my dad didn't have a drum kit. I always loved it. I always just thought it was awesome, and I've never had a lesson in my life. Never seen the sort of theory side of it. I guess, unfortunately,
Obviously,
looking into it now. Like, it's never too late to learn, kids. But yeah, like I just love it, and to me, it's always been, Dark Side of the Moon was one of the first times it taught me kind of like a heartbeat's a drum rhythm. Drumming to me, like
band's only as good as this drummer, man.
Well, you know the saying, like, prostitution's the oldest profession.
No, I don't know that saying.
In time. Well,
I do.
Yeah, they say that. Like, I would disagree. I reckon drumming's older than prostitution. I reckon, because you think about it, like, you going into battle, you get drummers going into battle.
Well, that's true.
You want to like raise up your voice when you're making a speech. You get a drum beat behind it.
We've really digressed from the original question.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, no, like Eclipse was. Well, he asked me how I transitioned into drums. I love drums.
True. Yeah,
drums are sick, but you don't really need to. I mean, you should and you could, and if you want to, go for it. Learn drums properly. Yeah. But drums is accessible to everybody. Everyone's got a heartbeat. You're all making rhythm. Drums is everyone's, and that's what's so fucking awesome about it.
Just the 6 degrees of separation that you mentioned, your older brother played in the same band that my brother was in.
The Rent Boys?
Nah, well, he also played in Rent Boys as well, but Group Seizure, the follow-up.
Yes, yeah.
What were those bands called?
The Rent Boys and Group Seizure.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And before
both very old and
so old. Like not you, but the other Gags was not in Schadenfreude.
No, he wasn't. Jack Furphy was.
Yeah, Jack Furphy was in it, and was Pete Dickinson in it?
I think so.
Yeah. Schadenfreude was sick.
Yeah, I never saw them. I was too young.
Yeah, but yeah, like transitioning into drums is very easy.
Yeah,
everyone should do it.
Well, I learnt bass first.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, like, did you not know?
No, what?
I'm confused. Wait, we asked the questions here.
Did I not know how good drummers
I was
were?
just making a joke about bassists.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was still trying to spell my name, so. No, I learned bass first, and as we've mentioned before, like it's so good having some kind of knowledge of. You should learn some drums.
You should.
It's so good
Not
as a
against
drummer
that
to
idea.
know a bit of guitar, a bit of bass, and stuff like that. I think that really helps out.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
We've
Like,
sort of touched on the next.
that's the thing. Like bass and drums have to go together. So you were at a massive advantage knowing bass.
I think so.
going with drums,
I
yeah.
think that'd help any drummer. Like, yeah, as I said, like I didn't touch drums. I only learned drums. Like I went straight into a band before even playing a drum kit.
Yeah, right. As a drummer. Or-
Yeah, so I had to learn the songs
That's
as,
really cool.
as I learned drums.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
My first ever band
and
was
it
Harmony
makes you step up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can't just go, I'm gonna learn some shit first and then go into it. It's like, no, these songs are already written. I've got to be able to play along with them.
It takes away your apprehension because you're just
it's-
like, well, there's no choice. I have to play it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter like if it's
Especially if you're one of
correct.
those drummers who don't do like theory and stuff like that. You got to go on feeling, which, as we mentioned last episode, like there's a pros and cons to both methods.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you're learning as you go, you definitely can't be reading up on
I
theory.
used to be one of those people that would sit there and go like, "Fuck theory, man! It turns you into a robot. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to do that." Couldn't have been more ignorant. Like,
Yeah.
both are amazingly, important, wonderful, awesome. Like, any form of the art is a good form.
Yeah.
So, I love systematic robotic drummers.
Yeah.
they blow my mind. I also love really sloppy, self-taught, loose, creative drummers. Like it's
Sure.
you can't go wrong. I mean, it's
I'd
drummers.
say I'm more in like when it comes to
You can go wrong, but
Well, yeah, you can go wrong, but I mean, like you still might make it big being funny on YouTube. So they're still getting more money than you, like, or me. Like,
Alex, is it okay if we do a quick cutaway? I don't know. Do you want to clap? I reckon we call piss break.
yeah.
What do you reckon?
Sure.
I'm busting.
It was a
Go.
Wayne's World thing.